When Jennie steps on stage, the world pays attention. With her magnetic presence, she doesn't just perform. She creates cultural moments. But at Coachella 2025, that magnetic pull carried a sharp edge of controversy. Her outfit, a pink Barbie-inspired ensemble laced with dark undertones, wasn't simply fashion. It was a provocation, a spectacle that blurred the line between artistry and calculated shock. The design was playful yet subversive, an intentional collision of innocence and rebellion. At its core stood a cropped vest so minimal that it exposed not only the curve of her chest but also the faint softness of her midsection, an image that set the internet ablaze within minutes. For some, it was a bold stroke of empowerment, Jennie reclaiming her body as a canvas for fearless self-expression. For others, it felt like a deliberate tactic, an engineered controversy designed to dominate headlines. Was this fashion innovation? Or was it spectacle for spectacle's sake? Social platforms erupted into two camps. One side argued she had crossed the line into attention-seeking theatrics. The other applauded her for aligning with the unapologetic, after-dark aesthetic that has long defined the DNA of K-pop girl groups. To them, Jennie wasn't breaking rules. She was elevating a cultural signature to the world's most iconic festival stage. It's a debate that reveals more about us, the viewers, than about Jennie herself. Because this wasn't the first time she walked into controversy. Fans recall a concert in the Philippines where a wardrobe slip exposed lingerie. And within the wider ecosystem of Korean pop, ultra-short skirts and revealing stagewear are hardly anomalies. They've become staples of a performance style that thrives on mixing glamour with provocation. What made this particular performance polarizing wasn't just the fashion. It was the body it revealed. For years, Jennie has embodied a carefully constructed image. Delicate, petite, impossibly polished. Yet here, under the unforgiving desert spotlight, a hint of softness at her waist broke through the illusion. That moment, fleeting, almost ordinary, carried extraordinary weight. It reminded audiences that idols, despite their otherworldly aura, are human. They fluctuate. They change. They carry imperfections just like everyone else. And in that crack between perception and reality, Jennie became more relatable, more complex, more real. Of course, Jennie's appearance at Coachella wasn't spontaneous. Every stitch, every silhouette was the product of a meticulously engineered system, the Korean entertainment machine. With its deep playbook of artist training, image curation, and global market strategy, this industry has turned K-pop into a cultural superpower. Blackpink, Jennie's group, stands as proof of that strategy's success. Their tours sell out arenas across continents. Their social media dominance translates into staggering revenue. None of this happens by accident. It is the result of calculated investments in brand building, in turning each member into both artist and icon. But when controversy becomes a tool, sustainability becomes the question. Can an artist's career thrive long-term on spectacle alone? Or does true staying power come from balancing the surface fashion shock virality with the substance of talent, artistry, and authenticity? The Coachella moment revealed more than a fashion choice. It exposed the dualities of our cultural moment. Empowerment versus exploitation. Was Jennie owning her narrative? Or was she being used by an industry that commodifies female bodies? Innovation versus gimmick. Was this a new aesthetic frontier? Or just a louder headline? Reality versus perfection. Did the sight of her natural body inspire acceptance? Or did it spark criticism rooted in impossible beauty standards? These questions ripple far beyond Jennie. They touch on how society polices women's bodies, how fame magnifies flaws, and how digital culture feeds on outrage as currency. For Jennie herself, the outcome is double-edged. On one side, her name dominates global feeds, visibility that every brand and artist covets. On the other, her image risks fragmentation. Some fans double down on loyalty, seeing her as fearless and authentic. Others recoil, accusing her of trading artistry for shock value. Managing this tension will be one of her career's greatest tests. Each decision, each performance, each image will need to strike a balance between daring and dignity, between individuality and universality. And for the K-pop industry at large, the incident offers a moment of reflection. How far can stylized provocation stretch before it becomes predictable, or worse, hollow? When does spectacle lose its impact, leaving audiences numb. In today's algorithm-driven world, controversies don't fade. They explode, multiply, and echo. A split-second outfit choice becomes a global discourse, dissected from Seoul to Sao Paulo. The same networks that amplify success also magnify scrutiny. Every misstep risks being looped endlessly, stripped of nuance, reinterpreted to fit whichever narrative gains the most clicks. This hypervisibility forces the entertainment machine into a delicate dance. Companies must adapt quickly, monitoring sentiment, recalibrating strategy, and anticipating backlash before it snowballs. What once might have been a local scandal now becomes a global case study in real time. Perhaps the most lasting consequence is cultural, not commercial. For young fans, idols are more than entertainers. They are templates for aspiration. When those idols consistently rely on controversy and hypersexualized styling, the message can distort. Fame begins to look like a reward for spectacle, not substance. This places a responsibility not only on artists but also on the industry itself. Beyond trends and ticket sales, what values are being modeled? Are we inspiring resilience, creativity, and self-expression, or teaching a generation that provocation is the shortcut to relevance? There's also a deeper societal undercurrent. Much of the outrage around Jennie's outfit stems not from the garment itself but from what it symbolizes. By exposing more of her body, she disrupted traditional expectations of how women should appear, especially women in the public eye. Some saw this as liberation, a refusal to conform. Others saw it as degradation, a betrayal of modesty. But both reactions reveal the same truth. Women's bodies remain contested terrain, endlessly judged, endlessly politicized. Jennie, willingly or not, stepped directly into that cultural battlefield. We also can't ignore the commercial layer. In a media economy where attention equals revenue, controversy is often more valuable than consensus. A scandal can drive streams, clicks, and headlines in ways a flawless performance never could. Sometimes the spectacle is the strategy, but audiences aren't naive. They know when they're being played. And while controversy may win the moment, only authenticity wins the marathon. The artists who endure are the ones who offer not just spectacle but soul. Jennie's Coachella moment is more than a wardrobe choice. It's a prism through which we can view the complexities of modern entertainment, its brilliance, its excesses, its cultural impact. It forces us to confront uncomfortable questions about artistry and commerce, about image and reality, about the stories we demand from our stars and the costs of delivering them. For Jennie, the road ahead will be about balance. Can she harness the energy of controversy without being consumed by it? Can she continue to be a muse for fashion and performance, while deepening her artistry to ensure longevity? For the industry, the lesson is clear. Adapt but don't overindulge. Innovate but don't exploit. The future of K-pop, and global entertainment at large, will belong to those who can inspire not only attention but also respect. And for us, the audience, perhaps the reminder is simplest of all. Behind every headline, behind every viral clip, stands a human being. Flawed, evolving, striving to make art in a world that demands spectacle. Jennie didn't just perform at Coachella. She sparked a conversation. And in today's culture, that may be the most powerful performance of all.